Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through, Queen. Wow, Brendan. We are officially watching 5 shows a week now.
Bravo's got me running around in circles.
Potomac, SummerHouse, Jersey, Pump, Miami, another show, another club, bus,
I mean,
no sleep.
The good thing about it is that most of them are pretty good right now.
I would say all of them are.
I would say all of them too. I've heard some complaints about SummerHouse because everyone likes crying.
Oh, well, you know, we got a lot of critics.
But there's some kinks to figure out.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I think my kinks are different from like the critiques kinks.
Tell me about your kinks, Dan.
Well, we'll get to SummerHouse. We do have a few news items to get to, which I think one of them for me is almost like a 6th show.
Yeah.
The Luann cabaret shows that must go on.
For some reason, this one Luann cabaret show, everything happens.
If you're not at that cabaret show, you're getting none of the story.
If you're not 54 below.
Or getting banned from there.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, first of all, the story of a girl, while Luann's in the audience, throwing up onto Luann.
And Luann like brushing it off.
Okay, so we get this story. Then days later, someone posted video, but with like emojis over the face of the girl that throws up onto her.
I will say, that girl seemed to be seated in the booth we sat at.
Oh, yeah. So like, I'm very familiar with that setting.
The thing is, okay, so all of this behavior kind of needs to be prefaced with, like, Luann's show is short.
Yeah.
So this, and then what happened to Dorinda, these people seemingly, like, fucking blackout drunk. How long was the pregame?
Okay, yeah. You obviously need to be doing something before the show.
Yeah.
Number one. Or number two, you're, like, beer bonging with shots in the bong, like
beer bonging with shots in the bong. Yeah, that.
Yeah. You're just like taking it as quick as you can, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like when we went there, granted, I didn't want it to be longer, but it felt breezy.
It felt breezy.
Yeah.
We also came straight from work, so there was no pre-drinking for us.
Yeah. It's like, when do you find the time? Okay, so then Dorinda. So like the throw up saga has been a week-long saga, and then like the Dorinda thing has been a week-long saga.
Yeah. So what's the first claim, and then what did Dorinda say?
I think Dorinda said, I think what was claimed was that Dorinda was escorted out of the venue,
belligerently yelling at the staff,
banned from 54 below. But then there were like alternate takes on it.
Then Dorinda claimed that she left a little early because she wanted to avoid the crowds because she was feeling a little sick with a common cold. But then
we get videos.
There's videos of her like living her best life among the crowd,
kissing the crowd. But so then like on like Reddit, then there's people being like, no, I was there. I saw her. Like she was fine. Like everyone was loving her. Blah, blah. And then like other people are like, no, she was like
yelling.
kicking and screaming. I mean, the fact that we could have a camera up right now.
We've been at 54 below with these women before on camera.
And then it goes into actually a perfect segue of a third story coming out of the Luann shows, that Luann is now telling the public, okay, RHONJ Legacy, don't worry. Contract negotiations are on pause right now.
Oh my God, we're always on fucking pause.
For a month. We're going to take a month break and then recircle because we're trying to get Ramona back in.
Which, like, what?
So, like, okay, I'm sorry. If Bravo was giving them all $1 million paychecks. They wouldn't be saying, "Oh no, we need Ramona back."
Exactly.
And they'd be signing whatever the fuck is being put in front of them.
Exactly.
But I do think we were talking about this over dinner. Ramona kind of played it very smart by being like, "No, I'm out."
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, "No, actually, Ramona, come back."
Get her in.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Ramona's back in the conversation for RHONJ Legacy.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the Luann cabaret reek.
I mean, the only other thing is that she was asked who
yes.
her least favorite Beverly Hills housewife was, and she said Erica Jane because she's a mean woman.
A woman of the people, really. I mean, I agree with her there. I do think that is a good segue for like a mini update. Dorit posted a photo from filming Beverly Hills, and there's no like big news to come out of it because it's really only the 6 women that we assumed were moving forward.
Yeah.
Crystal, Dorit, Kyle, Garcelle, Erica,
Sutton and Erica.
And Sutton, yes. I was like hoping we would get like a hint of something else.
Yeah.
All that we really have a hint of is Dorit's full-blown Ariana half up, half down.
Yeah.
At this point.
You were really excited about that. I could feel like the excitement through the screen.
Well, I do think Dorit and Crystal maybe were the ones most at risk, one might say.
And like rumored that like they got the chop.
Either like the complete chop or a friend chop.
Yeah.
But if you're only showing me 6 girls hanging out, I'm assuming all of you have diamonds right now.
Yeah, but we'll see. We never know. Someone might be on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, someone could be holding that camera. Maybe like Crystal's pretending that it's a selfie, but
someone else is holding.
There's a woman holding.
I was surprised by the camera in the background on that big crane.
I mean, how do you think they get these cinematic shots?
I assumed a drone. Don't we use drones for everything?
We do use drones. Yeah.
That crane seems like a big thing to move into someone's backyard.
Okay.
And the grass. Think about the grass.
Okay, we have a little update out of both the Bahamas and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. My 2 favorite places.
2 favorite places to be. So, Joe Gorga was on vacation in the Bahamas and just happened upon one brother-in-law, Joe Giudice.
Former brother-in-law?
Ex-brother-in-law?
Are you still brother-in-law?
I would say, like, if you have nephews or nieces with said person,
Sure.
I would like call them probably still a brother-in-law.
Would those nieces consider themselves nieces of Joe Gorga?
Well, maybe that's a question for the Instagram. So Joe Gorga captions it. Both walked into the same bar at the same time. A lot of history there. We have memories since we were kids. I'm happy he's doing well and looks good. We were both happy to see each other and catch up. Glad someone caught it. #life. #RHONJ. And then we got, now.
I mean, before you go there, #life, #RHONJ kind of tells you what you need to know about what these people view as their lives.
Well, it kind of tells you it's actually one and the same.
Yeah.
And then we got someone coming in here. Start trouble. Giudice.
I knew she was trouble when she walked in.
This is honestly comical. Knowing you were with him not even 5 minutes and were able to have somebody take a video of the interaction. Meanwhile, all you have done is talk so poorly about my father. You are such an opportunist to take advantage of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see my father and use it for a post.
Once in a lifetime?
Now, first of all, we can all just go down to Bahamas and see him. Like, it's not like we're going to the moon to find Giudice. Like we have to like ask Jeff Bezos, please take us to the moon.
Please, Elon. Please, Elon.
I would say one of the hardest parts about being a tree hugger is Giudice for me.
They'll read the rest.
Okay. So that was her. Then so it's no longer there anymore. But then we had a comment by Melissa Gorga that was deleted and then essentially reposted as Joey Gorga. And the explanation that we came to learn was that Melissa was showing Joey the comment, and then he started typing as Melissa, but then like didn't want it to be coming from Melissa.
Oh, I thought they had like each other's logins.
No, I think that's how she explained it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Joey says, in response to this comment, we both said horrible things about each other. It was a nice moment. We have a lot of history. Get the hate out of your heart.
Yeah.
So like, I think there's parts of this that will come into play during our conversation about New Jersey.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I hate to say it, I'm hugging the Gorgas here.
Okay. I got into a public fight about this.
Oh. Yeah.
No, but I mean, in my brain of brains, like everyone looks bad here, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
But like, I'm thinking about it as somebody who has like nephews and stuff like that. And so like, even if I got to a point where like they were posting something like that on my Instagram, I don't know if I would go back publicly.
Oh yeah. I think Gia is adult enough not to post this.
Yeah.
And Joey could have not responded as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those two things could have happened for sure. Yeah.
But I mean, like, these people make a living off of fighting with their family in public. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, Gia's just like now in the fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really likes being in that fold too.
Oof, yikes. Jackie Goldschneider. Love this. Heart.
Jackie.
Margaret Josephs. Big eyes. 2 hearts. Kissy face. Pigtails.
The pigtails, I'm sorry.
Bring them back.
I mean, I think in the preview for next week, she has pigtails on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe I missed that. Okay.
But like the fact that every comment she posts on Instagram uses the pigtail emoji.
Well, I mean, I do think it makes sense.
She's a master of branding.
She's branding.
Yeah.
It's like the Macbeth collection, the pigtails, everything. Okay. Tuna fish, caviar, dreams. All right, we have to get to everything. Potomac.
It was good to be back with them. I feel like we haven't seen them in a long time.
Well, thank you, Rihanna.
Thanks, Rihanna.
The least you could do would like come on set.
I know.
Give
Potomac
us a segment.
Watcher.
She's a Potomac Watcher.
Yeah.
Give us a little Nicki Minaj moment. Okay. We're coming out. Andy's being like, so girls.
Wait, before that even starts, we get the whole Robin saga.
Ooh. This was some Peacock cinematography right here at top of episode.
We're getting Reasonably Shady being played underneath a Potomac background. And then we transfer over to Watch What Happens Live. There's New York in the background.
Well, okay, so the Reasonably Shady stuff almost made it seem like the editors knew this was coming, even though it happened just a few weeks ago, in terms of like all these weeks of weird nature footage as interstitials. Yeah. It's like, oh, we needed the nature for this.
Well, this is what they would use for interstitials. Like,
no, but wasn't this season famously strange for how much nature and flowers and birds were in between commercials?
Maybe.
Brendan,
I feel like we're always with the cherry blossoms.
Okay, guys who hear me, sound off in the comments.
I'm not fighting you.
You're fighting.
This is just a new thought I've never heard in my life.
Okay, so then we're in the city. We are pretending Ebony K. Williams does not exist.
This is my question about the footage we're going to get later in the reunion. Did they cart Ebony off and we are doing just one-on-one with Robin?
I mean, I think they're going to include questions and answers that were shot while Ebony was there. If you remember, Ebony was pretty quiet during that.
No, I know, but they presented it as later in the reunion, never before, like, scenes from Andy's one-on-one.
Oh, no, I think there's more to it. I'm not going to say one way or the other whether I think Ebony leaves the room or not. I think that was a pre-taped Watch Time's live episode to begin with.
Yeah,
It
of
wasn't
course.
live. So it could have just been like a longer episode that they trimmed down for Watch Time's live and then saved stuff for Potomac bonus.
I'm choosing to believe the term one-on-one means they carted Ebony out of the room.
I'm choosing no. So we'll see where that lands.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that. But when we get into the room where it happens, Andy's asking them to comment on their seat placement, which is something that he has never really openly discussed too much, I would say, on the reunions.
Yeah. Well, I think like they all were like surprised once Giselle was sat and then Robin was put on the other couch. They were confused by that. And Robin was like, Wendy's over with y'all?
What a perfect mention for our Patreon bonus episode this week, where we discuss reunion seating throughout the years. Who's been seated next to Andy every single year? Find out there.
I can't believe you're pulling a Patreon promo when that was such a big part of this fucking episode.
Well, I mean, if Robin's taught me anything, it's promote the Patreon.
Don't go chasing Robin calls.
I'm a La Robin. Okay, so we're there. One thing that really stuck with me from this is I feel like everyone was very mean to Mia as she was trying to explain herself, including Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that feeling?
Yeah. And it almost felt like a moment where Giselle and Candace were kind of coming together.
Yeah. It was like a reason for them to like link arms.
It's like when Giselle was asking her questions, they would cut to Candace like agreeing with her.
Yeah. I didn't love that.
Yeah, I mean, but like Mia has been a mess this season, and I like it's what she's going through is awful, but it's also like, what's happening here?
I do think we were landing at an explanation of it, but we did not fully land the plane.
Sure.
Okay. Everyone was pointing this out, but for Robin to say, if there's one thing a married man should not be doing in a hotel room is being with a single woman. And it's like, did you not think about that?
If there's one thing a married man shouldn't be doing is buying a woman a hotel room when she's in from Canada.
Yeah. It felt like other people in the room besides Giselle might have known this. Like Karen, maybe.
I think they did know it because I think
Okay.
the receipt came out before the reunion taped.
Yeah, stuff was in the blog.
Like the literal receipt for the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no one was bringing it up.
No one was bringing it up. So, Ashley Darby. Oh.
We spent a lot of time with the Winter Hours boys.
I know. Well, first, that's good.
Yeah.
That's fun to be around. I also it was interesting hearing Ashley talk about Luke when she thought that they were wrapped for a commercial and being like, yeah, he's like trying to get me to go to him. It's like show a little effort, that type of thing. And then,
But with regards to that, she has hung out with him post reunion.
yeah, they were with like some Family Karma people, like post that.
I think it was like a Lindsay Carl.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then we get the story about how Giselle like kind of pursued Jason through Luke kind of thing, which was interesting.
I can't get enough.
I know. And I know what Dan wants.
Oh.
Dan's two big fantasies for winter. First is a snow day where he gets to go to Julius and have chicken fingers. The second
Yes.
is Ashley and Giselle showing up at the
Arm in
Winter
arm.
House filming that's allegedly going to start filming in October.
October?
March. Where are my words coming from?
In Colorado.
Yeah, allegedly.
I love this alleged idea of being in Colorado instead of New England.
Well, because winter's over here.
I know it's actually like it never even happened.
Never
they're like
started.
They're like, oh fuck, like we can't film in the like green acres of New England.
I
right
know.
now.
Greta warned us.
Greta warned. So let's head over to Colorado.
But back to Ashley. I loved Candace getting her words in about being dragged for living in her mom's house, allegedly, yada, yada, yada. And her reframing of my family wealth that y'all are coming after, and you should be so lucky to provide for your kids later.
I mean, she had Ashley tongue-tied. Yeah. Ashley was running around in circles.
And like, Ashley's whole thing is at least my kids will have their names on their own property when they're 30.
Because of you?
Yeah.
Because of what you were doing to support them?
Yeah.
Like what Candace is saying?
No, it's just like, it's so good. Candace? I mean, like, we've always liked her, but like, she's really, it's obviously the Candace-ance. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I do think a lot of people stepped away with the bridge too far. This episode might have been the diminishing uterus.
Yeah, at the end of the episode, she falls, for sure.
Yeah. But besides that aside, she did have a stellar episode.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And you would think I'd remember that, because usually I'm Team Giselle.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Team Giselle.
I know, you would like put that in your arsenal.
Yeah, but I'm like, I just like Candace a lot too. And I think that her big problem is that sometimes her words are too
sharp,
extreme.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think those were like the big takeaways for me from Potomac.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed, and we kind of talked about this, not to mention our Patreon, but we talked about this where there was a lot of interstitials. Like there was a lot of like in between scenes where we're having like, I mean, my favorites are obviously Andy and Giselle talking.
Sure.
And like him on the phone. I think Grace was on FaceTime. And
Oh,
he's
yes,
like,
yes,
you're driving and FaceTiming?
Yeah.
And then Giselle starts asking him if he's ever been with a woman.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then was
Is
like,
this inappropriate?
then she was like, if you still haven't by 60, I'm in. Which is so wild.
Yeah.
But you can tell Andy loves that shit, weirdly.
Oh, yeah. Like, some people might be offended by that, but Andy like loves it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, I bet SummerHouse.
Danielle's finally here.
Okay. So this is now picking up with what we were fearing. Because remember, I like the all the puzzle pieces are coming together right now. Where remember we were keeping our eye on what was happening.
Socials, yeah.
And Danielle was in Long Island while they were filming.
And we kept
the first
on being
episode.
like, she is obviously not with them. She's like in Montauk with Robert.
Yeah.
And like the rest of them are starting to film at the house.
Yeah. So we come to learn she's just like busy celebrating her brother's birthday.
Yeah.
Which...
Bring the brother to the house.
Bring the brother to the house. I mean, clearly, like if she's been on this long and we have not seen hide nor hair, he doesn't want to be a Joey Gorga, Teresa Giudice situation. Yeah, so we finally meet up with Danielle for brunch.
Yes.
Which this was jarring because we're truly getting like Danielle Soldier here during brunch.
And to know where they stand now, it's like...
the fact that we are... I'm trying to figure out the right word. Blessed is not the right word, but like we are granted the opportunity to see the journey.
To see where we were and where
we're
going to end up.
Yeah. Because a lot of times like things happen and then we're told like, oh, this happened in between.
Right, because this show's famously called SummerHouse. So it only happens during the summer.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happen not during the summer.
Unless it's happening
like
during
Family Feud.
During the 2 winters. Yeah. The 2 weeks of winter. Yeah. So thank God for Danielle. Gabby being mean to that model.
Okay. This was so fucking funny because she is eyeing this guy. Hub House tries to be wing woman here.
A girl's girl.
Which, like, I want to give Lindsay Hubbard a little credit here because people, this house They hate her so much. But she's trying to get along with these new girls. Like, she's like, what can I get for you?
I mean, she's like, I gotta have someone.
Yeah. So this, like, the hottest guy on the show, actually, is the guy that Gabby's, like, pursuing. What's his name again?
Jerez, I think.
Yeah. So they finally get to talking. And, like, one of the first questions is asking about his sign.
Yeah.
He's a Cancer.
This hits home for you.
She proceeds to go on a Cancer slander tour. And I was offended.
I kind of loved it. I mean, to be so sure. And then we were discussing this, like, doesn't the mixing and the matching of the three matter as well? Like
the sun, moon, rising.
The moon and then this and then that. Like, shouldn't you be like thinking about the combination maybe?
Oh, she's not going that deep here.
But you can't be an astrology girl and then not go that deep.
I think you can.
Oh.
I think what I've learned from modern day Instagram, we were talking a little about this too, is that like people are more than happy to fucking share that little meme on Instagram about like, oh, I'm an Aries, so like,
so I'm gonna kill you.
Actually, Aries will kill.
Okay, good.
I think.
Good to know that I'm
My mom's
sleeping
an
with the enemy.
My mom's an Aries, and I'm kind of afraid of her sometimes.
Okay. Oh, wow.
You don't want to be on our bad side.
Okay, famously.
Yeah.
With Aries.
But I mean, Cancers are nice people, right?
But they got the claws. The claw comes back to bite.
Sometimes the claw comes, but mostly it's sensitive, the insides.
Oh, yeah, it's like a soft, like, that's what we're cracking them open to get the soft meat out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm loving Gabby.
No, she's great. She's a great character.
To me, it's like, of the three, she gets like A++++.
Of the three noobs.
And the other two are like C-.
I appreciate Girly Girl, whose name I don't
Really?
even remember. No,
Sam?
I just appreciate that she's like trying to give Kyle somebody to hang out with.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay.
It's like they're like when everyone else goes to sleep, they're up like partying. They're doing Skip It.
It's the 25-year-old and the 40-year-old.
Exactly, because he's a 20-year-old in the brain.
It's giving Stolen Youth, Sarah Lawrence documentary.
Yeah, it's gonna be you, Mr. Nearing 40.
No.
Just kidding. We talked about that before. I'm joking.
Except I have if you're under 30, get out of my house. I have no interest.
We just made a friend who's 25, remember?
I think you made a friend who was 25. Okay. We have a lot. I think we're filming in the city a little bit too.
Yeah, we're filming in the city a little bit.
We're hanging out with the dogs.
Yeah.
I'm loving them. I think Amanda Batula is the comedian.
Oh yeah, what jokes does she have?
She has a lot of jokes.
Name one.
She makes me laugh all the time. Okay. I do think we just have to get to the big family dinner for weekend 2 while Carl and Lindsay are away.
Yeah.
Because I think that is where the meat and potatoes are.
Yeah, the nachos and what
The
else did they order?
nachos,
I was actually
the bread for
interested
the
in
table.
what they ordered because I'm wondering if this place is like considered like nice or like even like a scene in the Hamptons.
Aren't they only allowed to go to like 2 or 3 places?
Right, I know. I'm just like the menu. I was thinking about because like they ordered like mozzarella sticks, like nachos, and I'm like, there are places where you can go where they'll make that stuff in like a chic way, like they'll
really
like
very chic.
up level. What's the word? Like
Upscale?
No.
Okay. So when they were taking all the drinks, everyone was like, "I'll get this," and then Kyle's like hesitating. He's like, "I'll get an espresso martini," like almost like defeated.
I think it's because back in the day, it was espresso martinis for the
all
table.
around.
Yeah,
yeah.
He misses the oldie goodie days.
Yeah. I think which is like one of the tales of the season.
The tales of the city.
Tales of the city. Tales of the Montauk. Yeah. Okay.
So it's very loud here. And
Kyle and Maya. Oh, do we want to touch on Maya and Lindsay?
Maya and Lindsay
on the beach?
Having this like Their fight doesn't even make sense.
It's a little loserish all around, I would say.
Yeah, and it's like comes down to Maya thinks she's like best friends with Carl.
Yeah.
He doesn't think that way. Lindsay's kind of being controlling of Carl.
It's like the sequel to Love Actually. It's like a loser actually.
Wait, so is Maya the guy with the cards at the door for Carl?
For Carl, will you smoke weed with me? Smiley face. And he's like, no. It just goes to show like losers are actually all around us.
That was a fucked up storyline.
Okay, but so Maya to me is so fascinating this year. I feel like she has elevated to main character quicker than like other newer people have. Like Sierra is kind of like mid-tier for me, whereas like Maya's like superseding Sierra right
I
now.
think what happened was everyone loved Maya last year, and she was more independent than the other girls who lay in the bed together.
Sure.
So Sierra's like always paired with Paige.
And like moping about Austin.
Yeah. So I think like Maya's like independence kind of away from the bed sitters, the bedwetters. Though she does wet the bed with them sometimes.
No,
but
I love it. That's where we chat about what's going on.
it's called in my life. It's called Willy Wonka.
Yeah, they're. I'm happy to see Willy Wonka representation whenever I can.
Me too. I wish one of them was wearing a robe though.
Yeah. So Maya. I'm not on her side, and I'm not on Lindsay's side. I'm just kind of like happy they're all giving it a go.
Yeah, and I just think like Maya's appearance in Watch What Happens Live with Kyle, I was like, I don't know about this.
Well, she seems so. I don't even like, and enamored's not the right word with Kyle.
She's Team Kyle.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm Team Andy because Andy asked why didn't she bring him cookies? And you know, I've tried several times when she did those cookie drops and I never got them.
I mean, I gotta like, it's not like you're giving us gold. Like, I can find a cookie anywhere.
I know, but like sometimes.
And also, a cookie that's being shipped to you is not going to be the best cookie that you've ever had in your life.
It could be the second best.
It could be the second best, maybe. But like, you could go to a bakery and get a fresh, hot out the oven cookie. I mean, I don't mean to negate a business.
It sounds like you're negating a small business.
But I don't even think she's like. Is she really like pushing this? I don't think she really is.
I don't think anymore. Now she has her TV career.
Yeah.
She got a second season.
I know. It makes me feel like if she was like really skinny girling it, she would have been like gone harder. And I feel like she's like backing up from the cookie business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skinny girl. Ugh.
God, what a mess. Okay. So now we're Maya and Kyle at dinner, which is where I'm going with in terms of like, oh, like Maya seems like tight with Kyle.
Yeah.
He's willing to
tell her anything.
Let loose.
Well, where he went was it's like I get his frustration.
Oh, yeah.
I get both sides' frustration.
Of course.
Because it's like you feel for somebody who doesn't feel appreciated in the business. Like Carl was going to like I don't think he's exaggerating when he says he was like pretty actively like the face of Loverboy. He was at all those events, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
He also
I not to be I'm gonna sound crazy here.
I was gonna swing back around to defend Kyle too, so chime in.
Oh, but I would love to defend my man.
I know. You just want to fuck him so hard.
No. So Kyle, while I'm sure would love to be the face, I think is actually like
running the business.
Running the actual business.
Sure. Yeah.
So like if there's two people there, three if you count Amanda, but like she's doing other things, who can be the face, it's like, well, Carl like if you're doing sales,
you have to go to
you
these
should
places
be the
anyways.
face.
You have to be in the stores, like that kind of thing. You
Yeah.
have to go sell to the bars. So while you're there, do an event.
Yeah.
For sure. I 1000% agree with that. But then there's also the added thing with Carl. He doesn't think it's a good fit for him anymore because obviously he's sober.
I don't think it was a good fit from him last year.
And so I think it's like, the more I think about it, I think Carl is holding on to 2 revenue streams that don't fit his lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
But they've been lucrative for him, and like he likes to be on TV and be famous.
Yeah.
We like to have him on our television.
Yeah. But he doesn't seem to be liking being on television.
I know that's the problem here right now.
Yeah.
But that all being said,
Yeah. Kyle jumped out the window.
Kyle jumped out the window. I think like way too hard.
Yeah. I think we were halfway there when we were like, I supported my friend when he was down and out. And like the unhireable was a little tough. He could have left that out. I don't think that is necessarily a deal breaker. But when he starts going into like, he would come into the office so coked out, he would leave his laptop at home.
Yeah. I think, okay, I do think Carl had mentioned past cocaine use when he was talking about his sobriety. But
Yeah, I think he has.
He has, but we really haven't seen coke weaponized or talked as clearly about on these shows. Like, obviously, everyone jokes about like coke use on, or alleged coke use on different of these Bravo shows.
Oh, yeah. And I think the kids' shows, you can assume.
Yeah, and some adult shows that take place in New York City.
Oh, yeah. The adult shows. Oh, yeah. We've talked about it in the reunions of the adult shows.
But it was like, even when we like skirted around it in the reunion, this was just so clear and full-throated that it was very interesting. And it just like, Danielle was like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, this is Danielle's first night.
Yeah.
In the house.
She's just meeting some of these people. She is kind of, she's not a fish out of water necessarily, but she's not as tight with this side of the group as she is with the other side of the group.
Okay, yeah, I know, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, obviously, like she's been around.
She's been with them for years.
But she's not a bedsitter.
She's not a bedsitter.
She's not doing Willy Wonka.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean,
the cinematography. You got to give them credit. It's like crazy where I don't even know if this is like up for an Emmy, like the cinematography of a reality show. But like, I feel like shows get it where it's just like here it is. I'm just giving it to you. Whereas like, look at this beautiful cinematography
tableau
of someone speaking and then it like unfocusing on the person speaking and focusing on the person eavesdropping. Like, you would think it's scripted.
more impactful than the whale.
More impactful. Yes, the flop whale.
And less problematic.
And then when Danielle was like, all right, sorry, I'm eavesdropping on the other side of the table. And Paige was like, oh no, we love that. Paige, I gotta say, we don't have like, she's not giving a main story, but her commentary it's off the charts.
There's something special about Paige DeSorbo. I don't always agree with her, but there's something special about that broad.
She's a great broad. I mean, when we had our little scene with Craig at the apartment, and she's talking about poaching the eggs,
my God.
I was screaming about that.
You know what? I don't think I've ever had a poached egg made by you.
I was about to ask, like, I can perfectly poach an egg, right, Brendan? And you haven't had it. Oh my God,
I
that's
think that was like a
crazy.
part of like your P-Town life before I arrived, and then you decided to not poach any eggs after I arrived.
I mean, I've poached eggs plenty outside of P-Town. And in fact, I don't think I poached eggs in P-Town because I think some people in P-Town only wanted scrambled eggs. So I was just scrambling every day. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well,
I can't think of a time when you've poached me an egg.
I can't think of a time. I've baked you an egg in a shakshuka.
Twice.
Twice?
I think twice.
Oh, in Winter House as well.
And then P-Town,
Okay.
yeah.
No, Winter House and
then P-Town.
and Hun House. I don't think I was doing that in P-Town.
You did it once. So you did it. I think you did it Hun House and P-Town, not Winter House.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. I guess get that on the menu. But how cute for Paige to hear Craig loves his eggs poached, and she's like, "Okay, I'll do that for you."
That's really cute. We can move on from
and then
poached
she looks
eggs.
it up on the YouTube.
Yeah.
And then is able to not only look it up, but to execute is another thing.
Well, she's Italian. It's like they've got the cooking thing in them.
We do.
I said they. You're not that good. You didn't get the gene, but I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
cook this bitch a dinner tonight and every night.
Every Thursday night. No, Dan is a very good cook. I highly recommend. I tried to get you on TikTok as a cooking person.
I know. But that's all. We gotta.
TikTok's not that hard, actually. I think you're a baby.
Okay, well, help me then.
I've tried. Do you not remember us in DC? I tried to.
I know, but I can't do the cooking and hold the phone.
Get a fucking stand, bitch.
You man the stand.
Okay, I'll come over. You also have a whole husband.
I know, but he's not gonna do that.
Okay, I'll come over.
Okay. I think we covered all bases for SummerHouse.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to Jersey House?
Yeah.
It's Jersey. It's Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And we're picking up with a to be continued that only lasts not even 60 seconds, I would say.
Yeah.
Which is in the midst of the Zia tree fight.
At the mozzarella party.
At the Mott's party. And the Mutz party. We are... Okay, so Tree's offering Zia to be a bridesmaid now. Mm-hmm. And then Zia's like, I don't want it.
Exhausting.
Explain to me. To me, it's like, I'll never tire of the Gorga Giudice battles.
I am.
Okay, you are. I know. And most people are. But I don't know what it is about me that could take it until, like, I'm in my grave.
The thing is, I guess I'm not tired of it per se. I'm exhausted for them. Like, when I think about this family and what they put themselves through every year.
Sure.
To be on this show.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why, like, Dolores on Watch What Happens Live was like, they just need to separate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't usually agree with something like that, but, like, at this point, let's take a break.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I want to just say, I'm sure we'll get to Watch What Happens Live, but this is, like, related to separating. Zia saying, oh, I do miss Kathy and Rosie and Watch What Happens Live was
wild,
jarring to me. Because, like, she was as much cut the cancer as Teresa was. Whereas, like, if you were just playing along with it, I would have been like, okay, I won't film with them, but I'll, like, be in their life or whatever.
Yeah. It seems like we're all forgetting season 7 of this show. It's like Teresa's crawling back to Jacqueline. Melissa's crawling back to Kathy.
We're all crawling somewhere. So we have essentially Toy Story going on in Dolores' house with Mr. Potato Head and Buzz Lightyear.
I know. Where's,
like, Lil Bo Peep? Where's Woody?
I mean, I would like to see Frank Jr. in a Woody costume.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you stand with Potato versus Buzz?
I think Buzz is going a little too hard.
Buzz is definitely going hard for sure. But I do kind of circle back to like you want like Mr. Potato has like all these rules.
Yeah.
And what he thinks is right. But like you, sir, also have a girlfriend over here as well.
Well, I think Mr. Potato Head is kind of feeding into the show too much. And he knows that for years people have liked to see him and Dolores in their relationship and like the kids around and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And like he's the mayor of the men basically at this point.
Yeah.
And so he's playing into that, but Paulie's playing into I'm trying to have a relationship with this woman and it's kind of weird that you're always around kind of thing maybe.
Yeah.
But I do think that like Paulie needs to also be like, well, Frank is the
father
ex and the father of her children.
Yeah.
So he's going to be around, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it just, I guess maybe Jersey's where like the fact that we're filming a show makes things a little weird when it comes to like all the storylines.
Yeah, because it's all family. It's not like other cities where you're just like, you have these friends or fake friends.
Yeah.
There's so much baked into it.
Yeah.
That's why it's always been so intense.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the three girlies going for lunch. Marge, Jackie, and Zia. And the way Jackie is fighting for her life, where like we're talking about the Mutz party and how she wasn't invited and why weren't you invited? Well, she said you were looking me up and down. And she's like, yeah, because she's wearing the most ugly outfit I've ever seen. It was like, wait, we've never seen this version of Jackie before.
She truly is fighting, and it almost is like even scenes that Evan is in, I feel like he's speaking up more.
Oh my god, he used to be just kind of like there to like take a shot and like
and
hug.
now he's like Louie, where's the bachelor party? What are we doing for it?
Oh,
Like
Evan's fighting for his life as well.
Yeah, but Jackie, it's like, gosh, I still like her. I still stand with her.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe let's switch tactics.
Oh no, listen. Out of anyone, she's the one I want to go get lunch with, have a good time.
And like the thing about her is like the way when she gets flustered, she kind of like grasps for straws. We've seen it with the analogy from 2 seasons ago or whatever. Sure. So it's like this isn't surprising, but it's like I just like want to like get in there and be like, Jackie, let's like think of another. Let's think of another tactic.
Well, I don't know. Like I don't know because like you're thinking of it as a normal person, but I think.
Oh, I'm normal?
No, actually, never mind. She's probably thinking like, oh fuck, like I was being a normal person for my
and now I've got
my 4 or 5 years on the show, and they're like, no, we don't want you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So now I have to act like a crazy person like everyone else. I guess.
Yeah, let's do something.
Yeah, I feel bad.
It's just like I also think like I'm really enjoying Danielle, and I would like our blonde sisters to stand together.
Well, the preview for next week doesn't seem to show that's coming. Well, since you mentioned her, let's go to the Cabrals.
That kid, Valentina?
Yeah.
Smarter than I'll ever be.
I think maybe we should preface it with the quick scene with Zia, where Zia tells Danielle about what Jackie said.
Right.
And then we get into Danielle explaining what's going on in her life.
It's like, I think I've seen this film before.
And I like the ending.
And it hasn't ended.
And I like that it never ends.
No, I mean, like, are we going to do this next season? Are we going to get her sister-in-law hired on the show? And are we going to do this again?
Sure.
I mean, throw in a cousin.
But so, like, I hear you saying that. I hear the population at large saying it. But like, yeah, we watched it for 10 years, and I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. I mean, we might as well give us a fresher take.
Young blood. Okay.
What is it?
So the reason I wanted to get this in here.
Yeah.
because we saw the clip. I don't know if you always watch all the clips that air before the episode airs. Because we saw the clip of the Cabral family getting together.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then crying about the brother that's not in touch with them.
Mm-hmm.
But we learn while she's talking to Zia why.
Yeah.
Never would I have guessed the words that came out of her mouth.
Her brother bullied her for doing like sponsored content.
But the videos that they showed of this poor woman running around with a Clorox spray.
Oh, I love that spray.
And then he was making fun of her on Instagram. And then he blocked her? Or she blocked him.
And then he called her and said, "You're out of my wedding." And she thought he was joking.
Oh, okay. But, okay, also, the other thing that... I don't know.
Are you okay?
It's just so crazy. The fact that this all happened, like, the start to the finish of where we are...
COVID.
It all happened during COVID?
Yeah.
Like, how were we engaged, wedding, blocking, Instagram, fight, not speaking for 2 years? Everything happened.
We were 2.5 years into
I
COVID
know.
at that point. Shit happens fast. And like Meredith Marks told Joey Zauzig on Friends of WeHo, get engaged fast.
Get engaged
or no,
fast.
short engagement.
Short engagement.
Yeah.
I think engaged
Yeah.
fast. I mean, okay, but then when Zia and Danielle are talking, Danielle's talking like she's talking to Teresa, but she's talking to Melissa.
Yeah.
So you can't knock the sister-in-law. Zia is the patron saint
of sister-in-laws everywhere.
It's like, if you go to a Catholic church and you say, like, who's the patron saint of sister-in-laws? They're going to say Zia, Melissa, Gorga.
Yeah. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. When you walk in, they give you their ashes and they make you pray to patron saint Zia Melissa.
You do 10 prayers, Zia.
When was the last time you did confessional?
Confessional?
Did you ever do confessional?
I mean, back in the day.
I only did it the one time that you had to do it to
Oh
get.
my God. Literally the one time it was the sacrament, that's when you did it?
Yeah, and I made up a lie.
Oh yeah, well, when you're a kid, you got to get creative. You got to be like, oh, I was mean to my brother.
Oh, I said I was mean to my cat.
I would, like, I know the priests are not supposed to, like, tell the cops, but I think I would have told them. For you, famously being abusive to animals is a sign of a little...
I didn't say abusive to animals. I said mean. Like, I yelled at it.
You said you yelled at her, or you said you were mean to it?
I said I was mean to it. It was a lie anyways. Don't call the cops on me. And back then, they didn't know the signs of when a kid is...
No, now we know the signs. And guys, Brendan Davis, come get him. Round him up.
I'm nice and normal. You just called me normal 10 minutes ago.
Well, you were mean to cats.
Only the one cat, and that was a lie.
Okay. So, Danielle Cabral and family. This is a family I could watch.
Yeah.
The dad and the mom.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Bringing different flowers. They used to fight. Now
they could buy themselves flowers.
Yeah. Thank you, Miley.
But the fact that they came together once. Oh, I forgot the older brother's name. I know Valentina's the girl.
Let's call him Timmy.
No, that's definitely not a Timmy Cabral. I'll tell you that much. But they're going to eventually both become household names. But
household, yeah.
But the fact that when he was born, it brought the parents together for the first time since she was like 8 years old.
I know.
That's history.
That's really historic.
Valentina's art show. Put Anya to shame.
I mean, her art pop could mean anything.
This is inspired by Jackson Pollock. And this girl is like 4.
The names she was saying, I don't even know them. I know Pollock.
Rothko, I think, was the first one.
When she showed one of them, I was like, this is surely going to be Andy Warhol inspired. It was not.
Oh my God. No, that was a performance of a lifetime. But also, wait, when we first saw the clip, I was like, is this a gay pride event? Yeah. Like the girls were in a rainbow skirt. Danielle's in like a glitter rainbow top.
It's appropriation.
It's just an art show.
And art is gay. Okay. Art is gay.
Art, I mean, yeah. You have to have like a queer sensibility.
You have to.
You have to. In order to create, how else can you? Okay. We did touch down with the Fudas. Doing the photo shoot with the daughter. There's something I can't wrap my head around that I really landed on this episode, which is, and I don't know his name, Mr. Fuda, I'm going to call him. He has what I will call a half up, half down mustache, where he has a beard and a mustache, and for some reason shaves the top half of the mustache.
But the bottom half is still there?
But the bottom half remains.
Okay, because I know I've seen the culture where the men shave the mustache but keep the beard, which is a weird look.
No. But also, I think he's even shaving that top half of the beard as well. I think we're trying to structure something in the face through hairography of the beard.
What does he do for a living?
I know he was on at least one episode of Law and Order.
Yes.
I don't think that is still the current career
model. What I thought you were going to say is that he has like a Joe Giudice energy to him.
We're not there yet.
There's something in the way that he interacted with the men that it's like just like one of those guys who's like grunting.
No. I'm going to no and you and say I do think he participated with them. But
his participation was like, I can do a shot.
Okay, I want you to roll footage and maybe like rethink. I think he's into being on the show, maybe even more than Mr. Cabral. I think Mr. Cabral, like, you'd land on him during the men event and be like,
he's scared.
And he'd be like, oh, what did I sign up for?
He's scared. He has to go back to the firehouse and report like these men are going to know.
Oh, does he work at the firehouse?
He's like a fireman. No, you know who I'm getting him confused with? Gertie's husband.
Yes. But he has a spirit. He actually has a spirit. He does have a Gertie husband spirit. It's like a Russellian spirit.
They both look scared on camera.
Yeah. But I do think he wants it a little bit more than Russell.
Well, because Russell has to go back to the firehouse and they're all going to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Though there's less to make fun of in the Russell situation, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is the big thing. I think the big conversation point. When we're at Zia's shore house with the Marcos, Donna Marco comes over. I'm not sure if it's Lisa Simpson or a different woman.
Yeah, because there's two sisters, right? Sisters. And remember when we thought there was a secret third one?
Well, we haven't found her yet. But Lisa Simpson or the other one are there. And we come to learn that Donna Marco, Lisa Simpson, and other one did not receive an invitation to
Teresa's
wedding. And this is where I got to give Zia some credit.
For sending the kids away?
We're sending the kids out of the room. And you were saying, oh, well, they were already part of the conversation a little bit.
I wasn't saying that. Your husband was.
Oh, my. Let's not throw him under the bus. But what I'm going to say now is I do think there was a good dichotomy in this episode of we had Gia and Gabriella talking with Teresa and Louie about all of this. And then we had the Gorga children sent out of the room. And the reason why I think it's good that the Gorgas send them out the room is when Melissa goes on the show, now she's being asked to comment on what Gia said, what Gabriella said.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? They can say things maybe in real life, not on Instagram comments.
But let's try to like make it so we don't have to
comment on
have that dynamic.
Like, because Andy's going to make me comment on what my niece and nephew are saying.
I agree with that 1000%. I thought the same thing. I did think there might be like a little difference in Teresa just because like that family has had to like go through a lot more intense stuff together in like the parents both going to jail, like all that kind of stuff. So there could be an argument to be made of like, well, those kids had to grow up a little faster maybe. So that's the reason we're having these conversations with them. But I would say once Louis got involved in the conversation, I'm like, ugh.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was kind of like getting everyone souped up.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, I think I was, like, fine with, like, the Teresa conversation with the daughters. But once Louis came in, I was like, let's not do this. And I didn't even think about what you're talking about, like, have to go do press and be asked about your nieces and nephews. Yeah, I think that's weird.
Yeah. But like I don't think Teresa thinks that far ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
She's only just started watching the show.
Exactly. What do you think about the Gorga, like that side of the family not being invited to the wedding?
Okay. So I'm of two minds. I'm of the logical mind and of the Italian mind. Okay. And those two are not the same.
Okay.
So the Italian mind...
Everyone's there.
Everyone's invited. The logical mind is, I barely even want you there. I got to invite your whole fucking army.
But like you could also...
That all hate me?
Right. You could also say logical minds... Teresa, in like looking back at the wedding now that we've been to the wedding, Teresa's inviting Dubai housewives she met 2 minutes ago.
Sure.
So it's like these people that she has known for decades. It's like what the fuck? And I guess that's like the Italian mind too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, isn't it just like family minds?
I mean, I don't think it's family mind because I do think like. I don't think most people invite to weddings your in-laws' parents.
Right.
I actually don't think that's the case for most weddings.
Yeah.
But I do think for tri-state Italian weddings, that actually is the case.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Jersey. I mean, like, we didn't really touch on the men fight, but, like, it's more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about what we talked about already.
And it's, like, to watch all these sweaty men, like, duke it out.
I mean, I gotta say, less so focusing on Joe and Louis, what I found kind of riveting was Bill being a Louis soldier and Joe being a Joey Gorga soldier. Yeah. And then Frank trying to be the mayor.
He's the mayor. He's the mayor of the men.
And Evan trying to fight for his life.
Just like, do anything. Give me anything.
People like talk negatively about men's scenes in general, but also on Jersey. I think in general, on other shows, it sucks. But on Jersey, it's part of the story.
The thing is, I like some of the men. Like, I like being with Evan. I like being with Frankie Sr. I like being with Bill.
Yeah, but you like some of the women also for any given scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like when you look at them, it's like all like red flesh.
Good. A nice cured... Oh my God. When Frankie Sr. was in the bunny costume, that was like a cured meat bunny.
Can you cure rabbit meat? I guess you could.
You probably
can
cure anything. Meat. Hello. Just cure. There's always a cure.
Oh my God. Remember when Gaga came out with the cure?
Oh my God.
That changed culture.
The Cure, famously, a Star is Born leftover.
Which is wild.
Which is like probably better than any of the songs in The Star Is Born.
I think it was too good.
It was too emotional to sing.
Well, no, it was too good for like the pop songs in The Star Is Born because they were supposed to be like kind of jokish.
Yeah.
So you had to do it, release it in April.
Oh my God. And the fact that we don't have like a video for him. Whatever happened to videos? It's 10 years since Housewives were in Guy, by the way.
What? Oh, GUI?
Yeah, GUI.
Do we call it Guy?
Yeah, you want to be the GUI.
Okay. It's been 10 years. Wow. And they're still with us.
Many of them.
Yeah. Kyle's still there.
Wow. Shall we? Oh my God. Shall we go to Pump?
We have 2 more?
Yeah.
Sick.
Super size.
I guess I'm spending the night.
Oh, well, it's your Friday, so. Okay, Vanderpump Rules.
It's back. I'm having a good time.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I am also having a good time.
I know you're going to say you don't like any of them.
I just don't like anyone.
Okay, I am still a Katie Maloneyak through and through.
I mean, she was right most of this episode.
Sheena Shea
Executive producer.
is in her snake era.
No, she's in her producer era.
Her snake producer era.
Listen, I don't really fault her because number one,
She's getting things done.
they said to her, your fiance is not main cast. She was like, okay, I'll work with what I got. No, I'm sure she probably would discuss this with Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm sure her little pea brain did not come up with all this on her own.
Yeah. Lisa was like, here's what you do.
Darling. Just have on your podcast.
We need Raquel and Tom Schwartz to hook up.
No, I've heard rumblings online that Tom and Raquel were already hooking up prior to like cameras up.
Oh, but yeah, that was the gag.
Well, I mean,
Coachella.
that was the Coachella thing, but like also I could see. This is why this is like a thing about like Vanderpump Rules I don't like. I could see like that having been like something that happened on the off season. They were like, okay, let's
make it a thing.
Let's like repurpose this and like have like a start and continue on in the season.
Yeah. For Raquel, Katie, and Lala to be at that like dinner and them sitting and talking and like Raquel, like the Sheena suggesting Raquel and Tom Schwartz hook up thing comes up and Raquel like doesn't say no.
Okay. I think this dinner encapsulated me not liking anyone. It's like these 3 people who no one is friends or likes each other. Mm-hmm. We're all pretending like this is something.
Well, Lala and Katie are like allegedly ride or die, except for the fight they had on the plane.
Yeah, which I would love to get cameras up for that. But like, it's like Raquel's being like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll hook up with him. And then Lala's being like, what the fuck? Like, I would never do something so nasty. And then like 67 seconds later, whatever the timestamp said, being like, oh, by the way, Raquel, I fucked James while you were together.
She's like loving to like in every conversation be like, I fucked James so hard. I was on my back, like I was on my head, like all like she goes into such detail.
Yeah. I think like watching these first few episodes, it's like no wonder they were like, we'll give you Christina Kelly.
Yeah, like come save the day, Christina Kelly.
Katie, here's a friend.
You need an actual friend who you're friends with. But I'm loving it still.
I don't think we need to pretend we're going to open a sandwich shop.
I want them to open the sandwich shop.
Okay, so we are now probably 6 months out from where they filmed.
No one's invested.
I don't think I think that's a year out from when we first talked about Sandwich Shop. No one's invested. 6 months now here in present day, I still don't think a Sandwich Shop is happening.
Well, maybe you should fucking invest.
But I also don't understand these two. It would have made sense when Katie was still married to Schwartz to like be all intertwined and like be happy and like have something fun going on. But why would you want to like start a business with this girl who is married to your husband's business partner that you have to like be so intertwined with his life?
Like at this point, they're intertwined in each other's lives anyways. They're trying to be cordial. They're going to the same parties together. They're on the same show together.
Oh, no.
So you have to like, reality has to be a little out the window when we're talking about this.
Yes. And I think to start a business where you are paying rent every month and paying employees payroll and filing taxes and doing all this shit, I think is a different level of being intertwined.
But I think they're also pretending to be friends.
Oh, yeah.
Or they are friends.
No. When the two of them are in a scene together, there is not a drop of friendship on the screen. Nary a dewdrop.
Yeah.
I don't even... and here's the thing. I love Ariana. I just don't even understand what she's doing with any of these people.
You love Ariana now? I thought you hated everyone.
No, I've always said Ariana's my one girl.
Okay.
That feels like she has some sense about her.
I feel like she pretends like she has sense.
Well, I think even being with Sandoval negates that theory. Yeah. Because he's a crazy weirdo.
Yeah. Also, like, the two of them fucking having this big event at their business not ready to open.
Oh, yeah. The stragglers walking there.
Do you think these people were hired to walk in?
No, I think we had some fans there. And then when we went to the show later, when like we had a fan in a Tom shirt, I was like, can we get the fans off the show?
I know.
Can you imagine on SummerHouse, like, someone being like, I love Loverboy, like, running onto the screen? That would, like, ruin the mood for me.
Well, I think the problem is they go places that are... They're always in the same places that are heavily featured on the show. That's why, like, episode 1, we saw them at SUR, but they were in their own little section because they couldn't be among the fans who were 5 feet away.
Yeah, like with their phones out, that the camera's, like, cropping out. How do they even film Raquel serving a table to a fan?
I don't know.
Raquel talking to Lisa, reading joke lines.
I know.
Have you ever seen such a poor line reading?
I think it's like, also think about if you're Lisa, it's like, we can only get one person to pretend they still work here, and it's this person.
One single actress.
Like, at least, like, Lisa's probably like, oh, I miss the days of Sheena straggling around. But Sheena, like, turned, like, 40, and she can't do that anymore.
Okay, one thing I do love, I'm going to, like, yes and you here.
I've been enjoying the whole show.
Oh, I know. But the thing that I love the most is, like, everyone's in a shitty apartment all of a sudden.
I know. They're back again.
It's like, oh, you're, like, back to your early 20s right now.
It's not quite as bad as that fucking original Tom Jack's apartment where they couldn't turn on the microwave with the lights being on or whatever.
But Joe's sleeping in the other room.
Yeah, Joe. Who's Joe? She's a woman.
Joe, man or woman? Fucking her or not fucking?
He's like, no, she's like my girl.
She's my girl. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
There was such a sadness to Tom in that apartment, bumbling around, pouring himself some orange juice.
And then we're like lightly introducing Schwartz and Sandy employees.
Yeah.
Like they're in the room while Sandoval's about to perform.
Yeah. And this 20-piece band that we're hiring.
That we're Venmoing.
I mean, at least he's paying them.
I know. Yeah. Ethical king.
Yeah. No, it's like such a weird show. I can't wait for Christina Kelly to arrive. so Katie
you need the queen to arrive.
So Katie can experience a drop of friendship, which she's not getting from Ariana.
Okay. Miami's hot, hot.
Oh.
Fire. Wow. I mean, we're picking up with the bad stuff.
Adriana. What the fuck?
Okay, here's the thing. She's clearly not a bright person.
But she goes from the person making the most aggressive comments to the victim in 2 seconds. And it's like, of course these people are mad at you because you just said something really, really shitty.
Yeah.
One of the shittier things I've heard on any of these shows.
Oh, of course. I don't want to sound crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, in that scene, I am not with her. But eventually I do think she comes to realize what a bad thing she did.
right. But it's not like she's even like contacting Alexia trying to get good with her. She's
for
like,
sure.
especially not the birthday dinner. And then by the time we're at the party,
The split parties, yes.
it's like she hasn't like called her, has she? She's just like crying. It's like tearing up my inside so hard. So fucking call her, try to make amends. And I'm not an Alexia fan anymore these days.
Maybe I'm like being too kind, but I do.
Okay, Mother Teresa.
My heart is bleeding right now. I like that one confessional where Adriana was crying, like to me felt real remorse to me.
Sure. Her friend Julia should be like, fucking get on the phone. Go show up to Alexia's house with some flowers.
Actually, I almost think Julia, in a way, is worse than Adriana in this.
Well, because she is saying in confessionals that she knows that Adriana is wrong, but then she
throwing ice on Marisol.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like Julia, if you were a good friend, you would have been like, Adriana, just don't do this anymore. Please just stop. Like
Gertie and Nicole.
Yeah, those are
tried.
Two normal girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, like to their credit and to your point, like they were also nice enough to like not just leave Adriana high and dry,
sure.
even though they knew what she did was wrong, but they played both sides in a good way.
Yeah. I do think that the show did a good and generous job of painting the sad state of affairs of Adriana's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
Like walking us through like
the
coming to the U.S., getting married, the divorce,
the alimony, this. It's coming to an end. Like, I'm by myself. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, at least she got alimony, something Ashley Darby has yet to achieve.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, we barely even touched on that. Wow. Yeah. So the split birthday parties was actually like comedy.
A good device. Miami brings us things we've never seen before.
New things.
Yeah.
There's no Gatsby parties here.
Yeah. We're doing, vodka shots on one side, sake shots on the other.
We're bringing 50-year-old cakes to Kiki, who's not 50.
Kiki in that confessional was so funny, too.
Oh, my God.
I love Kiki just, like, tits out on the beach.
Why not? If you're Kiki, please.
And I'm pretty sure they flashed her after the Adriana comments happened and they all went back in the water. Mm-mm. She got him out.
Yeah. Okay. We do have to take a pause to go back to Miami.
To revisit an old friend.
Now, let me just say, if you're going to have one shot of adrenaline, this better be it.
I mean, take every moment you're given on scene.
You're fucking putting your tagline on a pillow, on the couch, skincare line, on the table,
book in the background.
Books in the background.
Jewelry in the background. I mean, I'm pretty sure Leah requested they start with her by herself in her... What is this that we're in?
I do think this was like a weekend rental because doesn't she not live in Miami?
She does know, so I know the
as a chump.
So Leah Black famously appears on Jeff Lewis Live pretty regularly.
So, and what do we call those people?
Chumps.
Okay.
And that's a name given by David Bador trying to insult them. So what Leah does, she spends half her time in LA and half her time in Miami. And she does whatever you need to do in order to keep like two proper residences.
No.
Or what?
No.
You explain. I don't know what it is.
She does what she needs to do in order to be a Floridian resident,
yeah.
so you don't have to pay the higher taxes that you would have to pay in LA.
That's exactly it. So she spends however much
6
time,
months in a day.
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah,
and then for the rest of it, she goes to LA.
That's what they call.
That's
you want to call it a snowbird because she's not escaping the snow of California. Although I hear you guys have snow right now, but
it's called like a sandbird. Isn't there a lot of sand in California?
There's no sand in Florida though. It's a sandless town, one might say. Okay. I mean, what do you think of Leah's moment?
I mean, I think it was great.
Do you foresee more moments?
I think she could pop up as a guest. It's interesting to see her. It's like interesting to have somebody from yesteryear who like we never thought we would see again. No, I heard that she was pursued by casting. The person who started the drama on the first episode of Real Friends of WeHo. Remember how I told you they were a casting director for reality television? Yes. That is someone who casted the Return to Miami.
Oh, you told me that. Yes.
Another chump.
Chumps abound.
No, I mean, like, I don't know if she is ripe for this cast. Especially, I don't think she gets along with Marisol and Alexia.
Well, okay. So, question: would she get along with Adriana? Because they did not end well.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
But I mean, like, what did you think? It was fun seeing her.
I mean, I do think she sets the screen on fire. Although, the other thing that I also have in the back of my mind is I do think, I don't know how much her husband
and who he's represented
would sit well with the audience the more she's around.
Yeah. I mean, like, even in the Reddit threads that I was reading about her coming back, there were people mentioning that stuff.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Okay. So, I mean, the birthday party was so much fun. We're talking about the music video party, which I thought, like, as we're talking about it, I was like, oh, are we having, like, a repeat of Candace's finale party as the music video party?
It did feel a finale.
Lo and behold, it's this episode.
Yeah.
And we have the weirdos and Lisa
at the party.
We don't have this video on the video website of record, YouTube.
I know. I went to look for it. I was also on the IMDb and the Instagram of the director.
Okay.
Found out he was an executive producer of Hurricane Bianca, that like Bianca Del Rio movie. And then he also produced a documentary about Showgirls, the drag show that we went to in P-Town.
Okay. Where's that documentary? Can we stream it somewhere?
Maybe, but it's from 2009, so it's before our time.
But like maybe streaming somewhere. Or rentable?
Maybe.
I feel like that would be like a destination viewing. I mean, we'll do the research and then report back if it's...
It'll be, yeah. There was like I watched like a clip of it. There was like a trailer online.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought, like, when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, I'll ask you when we're recording later.
Yeah. Well, when I saw his listing on IMDb, it said, like, Showgirls, and I thought that he, like, produced the show.
The movie.
No. I thought he produced the show in P-Town. I didn't know it was a documentary.
Okay. We only got, like, a few seconds. We have gay muscle men chasing Adrian on the beach.
Good.
We have, like, a few scenes
From the yacht.
of them on the yacht, and it looked really messy. Right?
It was horrible.
No wonder she had to reshoot.
Exactly. Then we have her on green screen.
A lot of green screen. a lot.
The song's good, though.
Oh, I mean, this song came out at the beginning of last season. I've been streaming it now for 2 years.
Wow. If Dan will do anything, he'll stream a Bad Housewives song.
No, I actually think it is a good song.
No, yeah.
It is a good song.
But I mean, like, Dan also streamed Coffee and Love for years, so...
Another good song.
Okay.
So we have the competing party at Marisol. And I gotta say, every time we zoom in on Marisol's home, it looks like a little shed.
I know, but it's like, I would live in that shed.
I demand floor plans. I need to see the square footage.
Yeah, because it's like, there's one side where you get into, then you have to like go around past the pool to where they were having their little party.
Are we cracking 1,000 square feet?
I don't know. And does that man live there too?
Does that man live? Does that man love?
I think he loves in his own way.
I gotta say, like, Larsa just hitching that caboose onto like whoever will take her in terms of like this circle of friends.
She gives us moments though. Like when we were back in the Bahamas, when Adrian was fucking standing and dancing, she like leaned into her and was like, you're not hurt. And Adriana just leans back and goes, drop it.
I mean, I gotta say, Adriana dancing, iconic.
It's like after crying like a fucking baby all day.
It could have been 1,000 pieces.
It could have been.
You gotta give it to her.
Give what to her?
Give it to her. Then like the Bumble investigation.
Yeah, and like knowing that on Bumble the woman has to ask first. But how did we know it was Bumble?
I know, that's where I like where you lost me, where it's like I don't recall Bumble being in the conversation in Bahamas, but maybe it was and I just was not paying close attention.
Yeah. Maybe it was said at a mumble so you didn't hear it.
Bumble and a mumble. Okay, let's close it out with Lisa and Marina, which from top to bottom, this is wild. We're going to a fucking kids activity center
Where you can do anything.
where you can make anything you want to talk about this shit. And like from every angle, I don't know what we thought we were doing. From like the Lisa angle, it's like, okay, you want to just like film with your kids, grandmother, the mother of your soon-to-be ex-husband as your soldier.
Well, that's the thing. Lisa thinks she has a soldier with every other conversation she's had with her. And like she's kept her so close. Like she was on the phone with her like when Lenny was like had the girl over and that kind of thing. So she thinks she's snagged her. But you know what's the problem is? Lisa maybe spent a little too much time in the Bahamas, not in contact with her, and maybe a little too much time with Leah Black, not in contact with her, so she lost her off the hook.
I just can't imagine like how you can legitimately think she's going to stick with you through thick and thin.
I know. Hello.
And then like, not that I'm saying Marina is right. Because Marina, number one, no matter what side you're taking, whether it's with Lisa or Lenny, there's something messed up in the brain for you to be filming any of this.
I know. But her argument is like typical old school thoughts about how men and women should act.
You
it's
left
like,
for the weekend.
You went to New York. So what do you think he's going to do? You had parties. What do you think he's going to do?
I know the parties that like Lenny was like orchestrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure like Lisa really wanted 120-year-old women at her parties.
It's like everything we know about Lisa points to there's no way she was comfortable with that.
Yeah. But I also want to just reiterate, like, I'm not a Lisa stan either.
Either am I, except she one time was nice to me.
But we know a lot of bad things Lisa has said.
Look it up.
Look it up. Yeah, that's Miami. Okay. It's always confusing with Peacock because they don't say next week's. I would assume next week is the finale.
I know, and they don't give you the preview either. Unless I'm not looking for the preview in the right place.
What, to like lift a stone to find it?
It's like it goes straight from Miami to like season like 4 of Potomac for whatever reason.
No, I'm going. I think I'm going for some reason to like one of the Bethany Beach episodes of Potomac.
Oh, good episodes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's probably the Potomac you watched on Peacock last.
I know, but why would it go to... I'm watching other things on Peacock as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
One thing before we get to the Queen and the Freak that I forgot to mention during Potomac, there was a fun mention of Portia Williams in the episode when someone who wrote in was named Portia, and Candace turned around and goes, "Portia Williams?" Just a little nugget, and it's like fun as we hopefully get Ultimate Girls Trip season 3 soon. Obviously, that crossover. And it's just fun to cross over Housewives whenever we can.
Oh, yeah, whenever we can. Please. Cross them over to Winter House as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you don't want that. Okay. Freak of the Week and the One Trick Queen. Freak Eminem. I bet you never thought you'd hear that name again.
The so-called rapper.
The rapper, allegedly. Eminem has filed an opposition on February 14th, Valentine's Day of all days.
Wow.
Against Giselle Bryant and Robin Dixon's trademark application for Reasonably Shady, the name of their podcast, according to documents obtained by Page Six. And then documents, the rapper, whose real name is Marshall Mathers, says he believes that his brand will be damaged if the Real Housewives of Potomac stars are issued the trademark for their broadcast. He also said that Reasonably Shady can cause confusion in the minds of consumers who have known him by his monikers Slim Shady and Shady since the 90s.
Wow.
Okay, so let me put the hat on.
The lawyer hat. That hasn't been on in a while.
It hasn't been on in a while. I'll put it on dust it off first and then put it on. So you may be wondering, like, why is he talking about confusion? So when it comes to like trademark copyright suits, the consumer confusion is like the basis. It's like, you don't want to be like, oh, here's like the Mickey Mouse burger joint. And it's like, wait, are you like the Mickey Mouse? Like Disney's burger? Like, is this like a Disney brand? Like, so you don't want to be causing confusion.
Yeah, you don't want like Steve Maloney opening up a bar and grill when you meant to go to Katie Maloney's bar and grill.
But like, here's the thing. Who's thinking the Reasonably Shady podcast has anything to do with Slim Shady?
So I heard that Eminem's daughter, Little Eminem,
Lil M,
I heard she has a podcast that's called something like A Little Bit Shady.
Oh, so he's fighting for her honor.
He might be.
Okay. So it should be A Little Bit Shady filing opposition. Because like, okay, so what Reasonably Shady is doing is filing a
trademark
application for Reasonably Shady. So someone can someone could oppose that, and that is what he is doing. So maybe A Little Bit Shady should be opposing Reasonably Shady.
But he's trademarked Shady.
Oh, does he have Shady as a trademark?
Yeah, which I don't think. I'm not a judge. I don't make the rules, but I don't think you should be able to do that word.
Okay, so
what about a tree?
So I'll put the hat back on, and like I am not. This is not my specialty. And like, don't take this for anything. But he probably like has that protected for like another rapper can't be shady.
Yeah.
Like you own it for like your little bubble.
But like, a tree can be.
But shade
exists.
Doesn't make anyone less gay. Right? Wait, isn't that what Taylor said?
Shade never made anybody. Yeah.
Less gay, more gay? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like they might win. The bandits might run away with this one.
Let them fucking make a water bottle with their logo on it.
I haven't seen a lot of embellished recently, so we might need to be getting a little shady. Although I do have to say, Candace wearing a dope embellished hat during one of her most iconic scenes from the season was beautiful promo for the brand. Okay, Queen might be Matt Rogers getting Andy to say out loud, saying the quiet part out loud, that he thinks Jen Shah is the one that gave Heather Gay the black eye.
Yeah. I mean, just in general, I think we've given Matt a queen for one of his previous Watch What Happens Live appearances.
Sure.
But I mean, he continues to impress. And he came in there full Gorga hugger. And we as a tree hugger podcast...
tough.
But I appreciated his contributions. He even attacked Giselle and Robin. And obviously I love Giselle and I appreciated the contributions.
Well, I mean, my two favorite moments were, number one, the 3 phone calls.
Yes.
I was on the edge of my seat. And then number 2, the I don't think so, honey. When he was
so good.
When he was invoking Bethany doing the witchcraft.
Doing witchcraft on the franchise.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, the 3 phone calls. Sutton was one of them, and he asked to go to High Tops for trivia. Oh. You know who recently went to High Tops for trivia with Sutton? Who? The Chumps. Jeff Lewis and
oh my God, that's beautiful. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Wow, what a week. As we mentioned, there's a Patreon bonus episode focused on reunion seating. We're analyzing the franchises.
Yeah, take a seat.
Take a seat and listen to the seating. A pre-show that has the Pamela Anderson documentary.
Oh, yeah.
That has Scream 1. That has...
Real Friends of WeHo.
Real Friends of WeHo.
I'm still watching.
Okay. A surprise appearance by the Marxes.
Yeah.
Wow. So head on over to ComeThroughQueen.com, of course. And links to everything, our socials, the Facebook group.
It's all there.
And like, comment, subscribe, heart, share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, Queen.